Hi, my name is Fizzy Whispers ASMR. This is going to be my first, possibly last, ASMR video. I've been into ASMR for a couple of years now, and I've always wanted to make my own, but I never really had the confidence to do it until now. I don't really have any more confidence, but I am quite honestly just a little bit bored, and I figured I might as well. But for my first video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading this book. I'm not sure if you can read what it says, but it says 1001 Dreams. I've had this book for quite a while, actually, and because I used to be obsessed with dreams and such, and obviously I've never read it, like the whole thing, because of how profoundly long it is. But today we are going, it's in alphabetical order, and we are obviously going to start with A. And depending on how popular this is, we might do a part 2 where we do, I don't know how far we're gonna get during this one, because I'm not sure how many A's there are, but we will have to see. So as you can see on the first page, it says 1001 Dreams, an illustrated guide to dreams and their meanings. It starts off with, actually, it doesn't get to A for a while. So first we're going to start off by reading the foreword. Psychological theories of dreams can be divided into two groups. The first sees dreams simply as the brain processing and dumping unwanted mental material at the end of the day, rather as the computer discards unwanted data before shutting down. The second maintains that, correctly interpreted, dreams give valuable insight into our unconscious minds. After more than 25 years of working with dreams in many areas of psychology, I have no doubt that the second group of theories is correct. Each of us dreams a total of approximately 2 hours every night, and with practice, these dreams can be recalled and studied to give us deeper and more comprehensive self-understanding. Of course, not everything in dreams reveals amazing secrets. The dreaming mind conducts fantasies, just as when daydreaming, but much of the dream is constructed around themes that reveal our hopes and fears, disappointments and aspirations, often reaching back to our childhood memories to do so. And because dreams involve brain areas that evolved before language, much of their meaning takes symbolic rather than verbal form. Many of these symbols are personal to the dreamer, which means that dogmatic interpretations given in dream dictionaries can be actively misleading. For this reason, 1001 Dreams offers instead well-researched guidelines which help you identify meaning for yourself. In doing so, it captures much of the color and excitement of dreams. Reading it will help bring new dimension to your dream life and enable you to probe more deeply into the fascinating mysteries of your own mind. And you can see here that it's got a little illustration of a bed and it's a little girl. No, it's a guy, and there's wings, and it's a bed. I think it's quite pretty. Let's continue. Many people have sought to understand the astonishing array of vivid images produced by the sleeping brain, from ancient philosophers, religious sages, and students of historic psychoanalysis, psychologists, and brain scientists. The meaning suggested for the 1001 dreams listed here draw upon approaches of various experienced observers of the dream phenomenon, notably, but by no means exclusively, the two giants in the field, Freud and Jung. Freud famously called dreams the royal road to unconsciousness, and his dream interpretations, indeed his whole psychoanalytical approach, emphasized unconscious desires, especially sexual ones, while Jung based his approach on the concept of collective unconscious, universal archetypes. Modern dream theorists draw on the legacy of these two figures, and that of their successors, as well as ongoing discoveries about the intricate workings of the brain. No single interpretation of dreams can satisfy everyone. For example, some people may be disappointed this book avoids the ideas that dreams predict future events, an approach that formed the basis of much dream interpretation before Freud. Perhaps the least controversial thing that can be said about dreams is that they arise directly from our own lives, our thoughts, our emotions, and our encounters with the world around us. Whatever experts suggest about our dreams, in the end, we must decide for ourselves which interpretations we find most convincing based on our own individual experiences. I think first and foremost the idea, the sort of position it's taking, where it's saying that dreams really are dependent on who is dreaming them, is quite interesting to me. And again, I haven't really read through this. I mostly just flipped to the parts that specifically talked about whatever dreams I had, see what it thought. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But I do think I should have read this introduction because it is rather interesting to me. We're going to probably read we'll see how far we read to. Perhaps just finished up the page. Yes, let's read to page 17. Currently we are on page 9, so that is 8 more pages. The Freudian view. Dreams provided Sigmund Freud, 1856 to 1939, with the basic raw material for his revolutionary theories of psychoanalysis. A medically trained physician in Vienna, Freud introduced his ideas in the historic works The Interpretation of Dreams, 1899. Dreams, he claimed, functions as a form of wish fulfillment, acting out in fantastic or symbolic forms the desires buried in his patients' unconscious minds. The book describes how, in particular, unresolved childhood emotional issues that lie repressed in the unconscious can be expressed through dreams. Freud distinguished the dream's manifest content, the overt subject matter that dreamers recall on waking, from its latent content, revealed under psychoanalysis. The method that Freud advocated for, drawing the latent content out of the unconscious and into the light of the conscious mind, was free association. Under analysis, his patients recalled their dreams and then expressed spontaneously anything that was evoked under the subject matter. However relevant they seemed at first, the associations might lead to an understanding of the dreamer's deepest preoccupations. For Freud, there are 3 categories of dreams. In the most basic wish fulfillment dreams, such as those of children, the manifest and latent content coincide. The subject matter of a dream provides a clear, direct indication of its sense. A dream of cherries or cake is simply a wish wish for cherries or cake, particularly when they have been forbidden. In the second category, the dream's content is also straightforward, and its meaning therefore perfectly clear. But the content itself is astonishing because we cannot, in our conscious state, imagine such an idea. It may also be a desire. It may be a desire to do something that we have never previously contemplated. The manifest content in Freud's third category of dreams is obscure, absurd, and incoherent. For example, familiar figures performing incongruous actions in a strange environment. To understand the dream's enigmas, we have to dig deeper in an uncontrollable, underlying content that many people are reluctant to examine. Freud notes several methods by which images are discussed, hidden or repressed in dreams so that the sleeper cannot easily recognize their true meaning on waking. One process is the transformation of abstract concepts into recognizable images and situations. An adult's yearning for the pleasures of childhood and tenderness of the mother, prompted by a desire for affection that is absent from their present life, may be revealed, according to Freud, in a dream of a mountain of cake. Another process is condensation, in which several elements combine into one complex image. A dream of proud and stern old soldier might resemble both the dreamer's father and the psychoanalysis perceived as an authoritarian father figure. A third process, displacement, translates the dreamer's crucial latent thoughts and feelings into terms that may seem insignificant or irrelevant. Thus, what may seem an unremarkable dream of sitting for a long time in a train that does not move may reveal the dreamer's serious frustration with his or her marriage. The most obvious means by which our dreaming minds disguise our true feelings is the use of symbolism. For Freud, the process of replacing people, objects, actions, and feelings with symbolic images enables dreamers to express their unconscious desires in a palatable and apparently unintelligible form. He argues that sleep might be impossible if this censorship did not make it easier for dreamers to deal with their darkest desires. The symbols become all more obscure and impenetrable when the repressed desires are ones that would be considered morally unacceptable in the dreamer's waking life, such as incest or murder. Resistance to Freud's dream analysis is focused on what many consider overemphasis on sex. For example, few modern psychologists believe in the Oedipus complex, Freud's theory of a son's supposed attraction to his mother and rivalry and hostility towards his father. In a young girl, the equivalent process is weaker and is known as the Electra complex, which manifests itself in a girl's desire for her father. In the Greek myth, Oedipus was separated from his parents by birth. Later, he discovered their identities. He killed his father and married his mother, which is not actually correct. He killed his father before he knew that he was his father, and he married his mother before he knew that she was his mother. And once he found out, he promptly gouged out his eyes and killed himself. So the Oedipus theory is a little bit misleading, and that kind of pisses me off, but that's a whole other thing. Freudian analysts who now attribute significance to other social and cultural influences, as Freud himself did later in life, still ascribe a major role to sexuality in the unconscious. They also suggest that discomfort we feel about Freud's approach reflects unconsciously the regression of unacceptable but still perhaps valid interpretations. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to page 17 because this has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. But again, if this does well, then we might talk about the Jungian approach, or the Jungian view, which was a Swiss psychologist who was also talked a lot about dreams and such. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. So yeah, see you next time.